Okay, so 7:31. The public has been duly informed of this meeting in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 by posting at least 48 hours in advance, a notice on the bulletin boards in Stevenson and Churchill schools, a notice to the township clerk, and a notice to Passaic, Herald News, and the Progress. Now, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll be taking public comment on agenda items only.
Good evening. My name is Tasha Pipitone, and I live at 5 Sarah Lane. I am speaking on behalf of myself and many other concerned parents of the district. There has been much conversation regarding a very patient, special, kind, smart, and respectful, caring teacher, Ms. Taylor McDermott, who has resigned from Stevenson School. This news has been devastating to many parents in our community. Ms. Taylor is a preschool teacher at Stevenson School, and she started there about 4 years ago and has made such an impact on her students and their families. She is just one of those teachers you connect with, and you know she truly loves each and every one of her students. Her focus is her students, not only making sure they are learning and thriving, but making sure that each and every student's needs are being met mentally and emotionally. It is evident that Ms. Taylor's students are her biggest fans. Preschool is such an important time in a child's life, learning social, emotional skills, building confidence, developing daily living skills, preparing academically for kindergarten, and the list goes on and on. From experience, we know our children were just where they needed to be when it was their turn to shine in kindergarten, and we thank Ms. Taylor for that. Our children love Ms. Taylor. She is that teacher that they all hope to see in the hall. She is the one that they come home with joy in their face, so excited to tell us, guess who I saw today? She gave me a big hug. Our children would be devastated to no longer have these exciting times to look forward to. I could only imagine how they would feel when they walked past her classroom and she wasn't in there, or how they would feel during family picnics when they would knock on her window just to say hi. She is always there to greet them with a smile, even if she's already said hello to them 3 times that day. The thought of this makes our hearts so sad for our children and for our future children who would have been so lucky to join her class. Our children have been through it all: COVID, masks, quarantining, virtual learning, the loss of busing. We want their remembrance of elementary education to be a positive one. How can we make this happen for them? We could start now by fighting for the people that mean most to them through the years and provide incoming students with the same love and care. Ms. Taylor truly loves what she does. Our community has found a gem to serve our children. We can only hope that it doesn't get tossed away. We are respectfully asking for a happy medium to be met with Ms. Taylor. She is on our team. Teaching is her passion. She loves our community, her colleagues, and most importantly, our children. Team Taylor, please stand up. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tasha, thank you very much. There was obviously rumors that this was going to be brought up tonight, and it's unfortunate, but we are aware of the situation, and unfortunately, the Board of Education is not at liberty to discuss personnel issues whatsoever. It's a board policy. So with that being said, we appreciate you coming here, and we received her letter, but it's not an action that the board's responsible for taking on. And I'm sure Dr. Cicatelli, if she has anything to add, can, but unfortunately, it's not something that we act on, which is personnel issues. Thank you.
Do I have any more public comments on agenda items only? Okay, then I'll turn it over to Susan.
Thank you. So under personnel, number one, I have a correction. It should actually list that we're approving both the club and the student club advisors as listed for Stevenson and Churchill School. And I want to point out that this will be funded by the Fairfield Education Foundation. For number two, we do have 2 letters of resignation, one for Taylor McDermott, the other for Angeline Wiedemeyer. We do thank them for their years of service here in Fairfield. Number 3, we have a maternity leave for number 3, also for B1. So to approve both of the maternity leaves as listed. And that's it for personnel.
Motion?
Second.
Can I have a roll call?
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you. For curriculum and program, A, to reapprove the emergency virtual remote instruction plan. For B, to approve the professional development workshops as listed. If you notice, there are 3 that are being covered by Title II funds. For C, to approve the preschool curriculum for the 23-24 school year. And for D, to approve the field trip of walking to the Fairfield Public Library. And that's it.
Can I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Roll call?
Yes.
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 Okay, and last for policy, to approve the revised handbooks and manuals as listed, and for B, to accept the HIB results from the executive session from August 24th of 2023 as listed.
Can I have a motion?
Motion?
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Yes to A and abstain from B.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to A, and I abstain from B.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, under page 5, Business Finance, I'm asking the board to approve the minutes from August 24, 2023, Public and Executive. Approve the bills and claims as listed on the bottom of page 5. The transfers on the top of page 6, as well as the treasurer's report for July. Financial Institute, we're opening up another account called holding account that I'll explain later. Administrative is to accept the gifts. The first gift wants to be, is from Stevenson School for the Century 21 from the crossing of Fairfield. The second is $300 towards kindergarten supplies. The donor respectfully requests to be anonymous. And the last one, it was from the police department for $500, which they did on the opening of school, which was very generous and very nice. On the bottom of page 6, buildings and grounds, facility use applications would go from page 6 to page 7. On the bottom of page 7, it's grants. The New Jersey Learning Acceleration Grant, which is in the amount of $58,000, retro to September 20th, 2023. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Can I have a roll call?
Ms. Altai?
Yes.
Mr. Egan?
Yes.
Mr. Feedy?
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
Ms. Jandoli?
Yes.
No, not yet. Because I already did it. I'll do it later. For the
Okay, so now, any old business?
I have some old business. Anthony and I had the opportunity to meet with the Community Outreach Committee this week. As some of you may know, we have 3 proposals that are coming up on the November ballot. So this was a way for us to sort of meet with them, check in, come up with a list of common questions, and sort of make sure everybody was on the same page and getting out accurate information. Anthony, if you want to share the specifics.
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, we understand and we can appreciate that at times it's difficult to attend an in-person meeting or watch on television. But a common question we are hearing from the community members, learning of this for the first time, is how did we get here? And we would like to address that and the questions in particular and what the cost would be per family in the town. So how did we get where we are today? So there's a couple contributing factors, all of which we'll contribute with. And we'll start off with special education. And if Megan has a moment or two, we were provided with our out-of-district cost and how that has gone up drastically from one year to the next. In excess of almost $100,000, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So in addition to that, Megan was kind enough to give me a breakdown of exactly where we are in regards to special education in our community. And I just want to share a couple things which all contribute to why the costs are so high. So for speech-only IEP students, K through 6, these are students who only need speech and have an IEP for only speech. In 19 and 20, years 19 and 20, it was 7 students. 2021, 12. 21, 22, 20. 22, 23, 22. And 23, 24, 25 students. Students with IEPs, pre-K to 6, these are students who have IEPs for academic reasons. These students only have special educational programs as well as having speech, OT, and PT, depending on the student's needs. Now, to give you an idea where we are from 2023 to 2024, it's gone from 73 to 79 students, all with the cost to the district. And IEPs from 2022 and the 2023 school year have gone from 95 to the 23-24 school year to 104. So all of these students that need this extra help, there becomes a cost to the district that's undeniable and it's state mandated. So that's a large cost to the district. Now, in addition to special education, our health insurance has gone up drastically from the 2022 to 2023 school year, from 2023 to 2024. And if Kathleen, if you can jump in there and just kind of throw some figures and what we discussed earlier so the general public has an idea on how and why we're here.
Sure. So a couple of factors that contribute to why we're at the state where we had to ask the voters for question in November. And I would say that 2 areas are married to each other. It's always salaries and benefits, okay? And our benefit package went up about 15% in terms of increases in the premium. But throughout the state of New Jersey, if you were at state health benefits, they experienced a higher increase. So when we looked at salaries, okay, our salary increases without the teachers that are in the second question, it increased $195,000, just salaries for teachers from one year to the next. But when you add the impact of that question, the 195 plus the addition that was in that second question, it was $780,000. Now, what most people don't understand is that our revenues control our expenses. So on the revenue side, our tax levy only goes up 2%. 2% of our tax levy is $247,000. So if our benefits and our salaries are going up beyond the levy, you have to cut. So that was probably the largest contributing factor. Second to that was also, Social Security, pension costs, because we do have that. The state gives us a bill for that on an annual basis. Our transportation did go up, and as Anthony said, our out-of-district costs, we're not used to getting children that we have to send out of district. Most of the time, we're able to contain them in district through our wonderful special ed program. But there are times that we have to send them out, and sending out is very, very costly, to the tune of about $283,000. Plus, what's the out-of-district tuition and the transportation are married to each other. So everyone has, on your own life, experiences increases on a day-to-day basis. We're no different. School districts are not exempt from increases as well. So that was the major contributing factors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you very much. So, inflation, increased healthcare costs, salary costs, courtesy busing in previous years, special education costs, OOD placements. This led up to 3 proposals on the November 7th ballot. Question number 1, the cost of the proposal is $930,008. The annual tax per average home is $2,282. The tax impact is $233.26 per year, with an ultimate cost out of pocket to the taxpayers for question one of $19.44 per month. Question two, cost of the proposal, $235,916. Annual tax on the average home, $2,167.29. The tax impact on said home is $118.55 per year, or $9.58 per month on your monthly taxes. Question three, $540,000. The annual tax on the average home is $2,217.50. The tax impact on your taxes is $168.80, and the monthly cost is $14.07. So if a voter on November 7th was to come to the election and they would vote yes to all three, the total cost per month would be $43.39 monthly. Now, it's important to note that the items on the ballot proposals that we temporarily saved, such as instrumental music, will need to ultimately be cut if these proposals are not passed. We also have to ask to clarify the word increase for supplies under proposal number 2. So we keep getting in the general public, what are you increasing the supplies to and from? Well, right now the supply budget is at 0. So it's not an increase, it's adding a line item where there's actually a dollar amount to the supplies. I think that's very important to note. And one of the questions that we get frequently is, what can we do to prevent this from happening again in our district, right? And that seems to be the most common question out there. Well, first and foremost, for those of you that come to the meetings and pay attention, the school district brought on a wonderful BA in Kathleen Morano, who is extremely diligent and has been a godsend to the district. So that's the first step that the board has taken to rectify the problem that has been ongoing in the past and how we're going to change it in the future. We also selected a CPA as a board member. So there's no one, I don't want to say there's anyone more qualified, but when it comes to the budget and numbers, and when it came through the interview process of selecting, we really listened to what the community said and felt that it was advantageous to have a certified public accountant on the board that could actually see and point out the things that might not be as apparent to those of us that are not. And I think lastly, and I think it's something that we need to touch on and really reflect on, is COVID. COVID was something that was unprecedented, right? It's something that's never happened. And a lot of the things that we're faced with, the inflation cost and so on and so forth, are directly the result of COVID. Now, unfortunately, no one's ever planned on something like that happen. It was an unprecedented pandemic. But now that that has hit, the Board of Education and the BA are doing every single thing in their power to make sure that we build a cushion. We're diligent with the funds moving forward. We're utilizing the resources on the board to make sure that we're not put in a situation like this again moving forward. And we're hoping that some of these things will actually answer some of the questions that you might have during the public session. But from there, I think I'll turn it back over to Andrea, and we'll move forward. Absolutely, absolutely, Sue. Yeah.
I know one of the questions was what would happen if the questions didn't pass, and how would that affect class size? So just based on our current numbers right now, if we were to go down in different grade levels of section, our current kindergarten, if we went down to 4 sections, we'd be looking at 22 or 23 students, which right now we have about 18 students in a class, 18 to 19. So you're going to increase that way. First grade would go to, now again, they're first grade now, so you're looking at the next grade, so they'd be going to second grade next year. We currently have 19 or 20 kids in a class that would now go to 24. The second grade going to third, we currently have 19 or 20 students in a class, and that would jump to 24 or 25 per class. Our current third grade going into fourth grade, there are 21, 22 students. We have one section of 20, so that would remain at 21, 22. We wouldn't cut another section there. Fourth grade, you have 20, 21, or 22 students in a class right now. That would jump to 26 to 27 students. Your fifth grade, we have 21, one class has 19, but typically 21 or 22 students in it, and that would jump to 26 to 27 students in a class. And then the current sixth grade, I mean, they would be leaving, but they only have 4 sections right now anyhow, so they wouldn't be cut. So,
Thank you.
Also, a common question that we're getting, especially the last couple of days since it's been posted on social media, is what are we going to do to push the yes vote, right? And I think that's important to touch on. So, like Angela stated earlier, earlier in the year, there was a committee that was formed for this particular purpose, a community outreach. And when we did have that meeting, we brainstormed on what we could do to get the vote out there. And just a couple of the things that we plan on doing in the near future and enrolling, and hopefully tonight's meeting is a springboard to the yes vote for the line items that were presented. You know, we will have a special meeting as we get a little closer to the election to really specify what the money will be used for. And I just want to state that Kathleen brought it to my attention that the money we're asking for can only be used for certain things. Correct, Kathleen? Yeah. Whatever's in the question. So it's not like we can ask for money and then move it over here or take that financing and move it over there. It's whatever we're asking for, that money can be solely used for what's outlined in the question. The community outreach group is going to continue to meet at least once or twice a month from now until the election to make sure that you guys are getting factual information. We're going to do a flyer and then possibly even a meet and greet where we want people to come and, you know, express their concerns and why it's important, because we feel like the vote has to happen. It has to happen for the teachers. It has to happen for our children. It has to happen to further the education in Fairfield. So it's very important that everybody really understands the questions, understands the tax impact and what it's going to cost, and what happens if we don't vote yes. Thank you.
Anthony, you might also want to, we should also touch base on this, the questions adding to the budget are really the only way for the Board of Ed to expand its budget.
100%.
Right, because we're capped at 2%, so that's all the budget can grow in any given year. Occasionally, there are some allowances to that, but for the most part, it's capped at 2% a year. So the only way to grow the base of this budget is by having these type of questions, getting these approved, and then expanding the base of the budget, helping to keep the district moving forward. I think it's an important concept that I hope people will grasp.
Yeah, and I also think it's important, Kathleen shared this with me earlier today, to understand the 2% that we abide by. And Kathleen was sharing, just our salary increases next year our cap on our budget is 2%, but our salary increases next year are just north of 3.35, is that correct?
We're going to start negotiations, and basically with salary increases, it's within the West Essex, and that's ranging between 3.5 and say 4%, wherever that settlement goes, which will eat up a lot of our cap already, our increase in the cap. So that's what we have to consider moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, do I have any more old business? Okay, we're going to move on to new business. Does anyone have any new business? Anthony?
New business?
Yep.
Resignation. Be it resolved that the Fairfield Board of Education accepts the letter of resignation from Dr. Susan Cicatelli, effective June 30th, 2024, with regrets, best wishes, and appreciation for her 10 years of service to the Fairfield Public School District. Thank you, Dr. Cicatelli.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Altai?
Yes.
Mr. Egan?
Abstain?
Mr. Feedy?
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
And Ms. Jandoli?
Yes.
Thank you.
we have any more new business? Committee reports?
I have a committee report. I'm not sure if some of you are aware, I'm the liaison with the Municipal Alliance as well as being a member. And the Municipal Alliance wanted me to, I think there's a misconception of what the Municipal Alliance is responsible for. So I just want to kind of clarify that now and read you our mission statement, if you will, and then let you know some of the events that we have going on and when, because they're all part of the community. The mission of the Fairfield Municipal Alliance is to promote the health and well-being of individuals in the town of Fairfield through the reduction or elimination of alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use. The Alliance serves to achieve this through ongoing process of the community involvement, collaborations, education, public awareness activities, sharing resources, and delivery of quality programs. So just some of the things that the Municipal Alliance are responsible for. Coffee with the Cop, which is going to take place Wednesday, October 4th, and Manhattan Bagel from 8 to 10 a.m. Trunk or Treat, Sunday, October 29th, from 5 to 7 p.m. in our library parking lot. Family Hockey Night, which is going to take place Tuesday, November 28th. It's the New Jersey Devils versus the New York Islander game. Our Winter Wonderland, Sunday, December 10th, 4 to 7 p.m. at our recreation complex. Our school programs include BABS and Bound for Greatness. Our summer programs, we offer 2 at the camp sponsored by the Fairfield Municipal Alliance, and the Alliance-sponsored programs, Police Officer Trading Card Program, which has been a huge success over the summer, and I know the kids get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and it's a great way to get the kids involved with the officers in town. The Police Foundation and the Police Foundation, we support. The Municipal Alliance supports the Police Foundation. The Police Safety Bike Helmet Program, which the Municipal Alliance helps sponsor. And of course, National Night Out, which is on Tuesday, August 1st. It'll be held at the Police Department Annual National Night Out. The Municipal Alliance participated in the event and sponsored all of the inflatables. Now, if anyone has any questions in regards to this or would like to get involved, feel free to contact Denise Cafone across the street, or actually here. So, thank you for that. Nothing more with committee reports.
Okay. Anybody else have committee reports?
No, it was new business.
What?
That was new business.
No, that was committee.
That was committee reports.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And at this time, anyone have any public comments on non-agenda items?
Hi.
Hi.
Rose Lapras, 12 Bates Drive. I've always asked a lot of questions at these meetings and also privately via email or calls. And I just want to say, most of them are around the financials. I know many community members are uneasy about the request for additional funding, but I just want to say, to commend Kathleen, since you've come on, I've been able to get very clear, concise, and accurate responses.
Thank you.
And that's been really helpful in just understanding what it is we need and how we can support you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Public comments? Okay. So be it resolved, the next meeting will be held in person on October 19th, 2023. Public work session beginning 6:30, followed by executive session with public session resuming at approximately 7:30 here at the Fairfield Municipal Building. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Altai?
Yes.
Mr. Egan?
Yes.
Mr. Feedy?
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
Ms. Jandoli?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Ew.
Joe, I think Brian has the first set of papers you have to sign. He has them. I left them with Brian, but I